Hi, I am Lakshman Lonkar, lecturer in Electronics Department from Government Polytechnic Washim. In last lecture, we have seen linear and non-linear control system. So now we'll have a look on time variant and time invariant control system. So this time variant and time invariant control system. So it is very easy to understand, and you can. There is no, actually, if you just understand the example, so then there is no need to go with the theory. So we will take a simple example, or that everyone knows, that it's generic example, that like everyone rides a bike, right? So riding a bike, so this is vehicle is an example. Like suppose you are traveling from one point to another point, or from one destination to another destination, source to destination. Then suppose we can take an example like you are traveling from Washim to Amravati. So your fuel, as distance is covered, so your fuel is burning, right? So this is changing parameter, like as time is goes on, your fuel tank will decreases, the level of fuel tank will be decreases. So this is a change, or that parameter is changing, right? Changing with respect to time. So that is nothing but your time variant system. So this is the theory part, or this is the definition. Linear time variant system, in which the parameter of system, here parameter is fuel. As you are covering a distance, the parameter is fuel is burning, right? So fuel is varying, the parameter of the system are varying with time. That means as time passes, parameter varies, or the values of parameter will changes, no matter whether it is decreases or whether it is increases. Like one take an example, like our temperature. So as we can use, suppose you are thermometer, you are putting a thermometer in hand or in mouth. So as time is increases, your temperature, the mercury will goes on accordingly, goes on high or low according to the temperature of your body. So again, this is good example of time variant system. So that means for a particular time, or if time is varies, or if time is the parameter or that quantity is varies with respect to time, that means that system is a time variant system. So again, take an example of rocket burning fuel system. As rocket cover the path, then it will burn the fuel. So fuel tank will again decrease the fuel tank as time is goes on. So this is a time variant system. Now we will moving forward. So time invariant system. If that means invariant system is opposite to the time variant system. Means if that parameter is not changing over the time, right? The parameter is not changing. That means that system is your time invariant system, right? Suppose you can take an example, the values of resistor, capacitor or inductor. Suppose today the values of resistor is, suppose I have one resistor, that resistor value is 10k, okay. Again after 3 days, 5 days, or near about 1 year, again I will take in that resistor, that it gives the same value like as a 10 kilo ohm. So value is not changed, right? So after 10 years or after a few days, the value should be remains same. That means that parameter is not changing with respect to time. So that system is called as a time invariant system. See here, linear time invariant system, in which the parameter of the system does not vary with time. This word is important. The parameter of the system does not vary with time. So example, as the values of resistor, capacitor and inductor, they are giving the same value when you check after few years or after few days. So here is a difference between time variant system and linear time variant and linear time invariant. So as definition, parameter changes with time. In time invariant, parameter does not changes with time. Parameter of that system should be the same when you look again after look back and again after a few months or few years. So second point, it described by linear differential equation. With variable coefficient, right? The coefficient of differential equation is variable. That means it's changing with respect to time. And here the coefficient is constant. that coefficient is not changing, right? There is a constant coefficient. So this is a block diagram. Parameter of the system are variable and parameter of the system is constant. We are applying input, the parameter of system will vary as per the with respect to time, and we'll get the output. In invariant, the parameter is constant and we'll get the output. So the example as like already I explained the example of bike. The bike, car as the good example, and the values of resistor and capacitor as a good example of invariant system. So this is very easy to keep in mind or to understand. No worry about anything. So next part we will see the transfer function. So this is I would say this is important point, because if you understand the transfer function, then in second chapter you will be able to solve the problem on stability, problem and root locus. See what is meant by transfer function? Transfer function means in simple language. See, in simple language, actually in there are very references book and they mention various definition. But I would say in simple definition, suppose this is a transfer function, or this is a block diagram. Or this is a system. If you are applying input to the system and you are getting the output, okay. If you are applying input and if you are getting the output, then in the transfer function we can describe the or we can prepare the definition. Transfer function means the Laplace of output, okay. Laplace transfer of this output to the, or it is a ratio of Laplace of, see I am coming again, it is a ratio of, right, it is a ratio of Laplace of which factor? Laplace of output to the Laplace of input. Simple definition. The output upon input, like that, the only we need to add one word, Laplace of, okay, Laplace of output to the Laplace of input. And again we need to append one condition, all initial condition should be 0. With this definition, the Laplace of output to the Laplace of input, along with all initial condition should be 0. So this is a definition of transfer function. Now we will see the theory part. So what is the definition here? Linear here transfer function. It is a ratio of Laplace transform of output. See, Laplace transform of output means this part. The Laplace transfer of this part to the Laplace transfer of input to the Laplace transfer of this part. That means input considering all initial condition, it to be 0. Is it to be 0? Means considering all initial condition. Your initial condition should be 0. See, in Laplace transform, if the input is represented by R of S and the output is represented by C of S, means see, here is input and here is input. That input is already well seen in closed loop control system. The input is R of S and output is C of S. If you forget, I will just show you. See here, R of S is the input. We are applying input as a reference input. That is R of S, and here you are getting output as a C of S. So R of S is your input and C of S is your output. Then the transfer function will be G of S. G of S means this transfer function. So G of S is nothing but, so your transfer function is represented by G of S. So G of S is equal to C of S. C of S is a, see, here is a S, here is not T. So if yes, then it is the Laplace of output. So C of S is the Laplace of output and R of S is the Laplace of input. So the ratio of Laplace of output to the ratio of Laplace of to the Laplace of input, that is meant by your transfer function. So C of S upon R of S, this is your transfer function. Or you can write out, if you would like to calculate output, then output nothing but the R of S into G of S. So this is your all about transfer function. So in the syllabus they are mentioned to calculate your to derive transfer function of some electrical circuit like RC circuit, RL circuit and RLC circuit. So before starting that RC, RL and RLC, we'll just have a look on transfer function of open loop control system and closed loop control system. So this is again important. See here, in this transfer function of open loop control system. So this is a system. If you are applying R of t is the input and C of t is the output. So R of t is the input and C of t is the output, and G of t is nothing but your impulse response of or this you can say G of t is a transfer function. We need to calculate the transfer function. So what will be the transfer function of this open loop control system? See, simple. Yeah, here are only one block. Just we are applying input and we are getting output. So nothing. The job is job. Job is what will be job is? Job will be simple. C of s upon R of s. But here is a G of t, C of t, and R of t. Means we need to calculate the Laplace of this, right? So R of t, the Laplace of R of t is R of s. G of t, so Laplace of G of t is G of s, and the C of t, the Laplace of C of t is C of s. So what is our transfer? The definition of transfer function? The definition of transfer function is the Laplace transform of output to the Laplace transform of input. So here Laplace transform of output, that is nothing but the C of s, and Laplace transform of input, that is nothing but the R of s. So the G of s is equal to, see here you can see LT of output, means Laplace transform of output, and LT of input, this means Laplace transform of input. So output is your Laplace, LT of output is C of s, and LT of input is R of s. So G of s, this is nothing but a transfer function. See here, transfer function G of s is nothing but your C of s upon R of s. So this is the transfer function of open loop control system, right? So we'll see the transfer function of closed loop control system. So here is a block diagram of closed loop control system. See, here is the summing point. R of s is your reference input you are applying, and B of s is your input which is coming from the feedback element, and it the base of R of s and is B of s, it is generate some error signal, that is E of s, and it will produce this G of s is your transfer function. We need to calculate, and this is the take up point. This point is called as the take up point. We will see in block reduction techniques. So just keep in mind, this is a take up point. We are taking output, some output from output. See, that is C of s towards the feedback element. We are applying to the feedback element, and C of s is your output, right? So R of s is input, C of s is your output, B of s is the feedback signal, or the signal which is coming from the feedback, and E of s is your error signal or actuating signal. See, what is meant by C of s actually? So what is meant by C of s? So C of s means, see here, C of s means actually, C of s means the product of this E of s and this G of s, right? The product of this C of s and the product of this G of s, and what is meant by C of s? C of s is nothing but the just simple product of this E of s. You are applying E of s signal and E of s. So G of s and E of s, the product of these two, that is nothing but your C of s. See here, C of s is nothing but the G of s into E of s, right? So the remaining part we will see in next lecture.